So that is that. Okay, yeah, I just hope you guys can see my screen. I just hope you guys can see my screen. I just hope you guys can see my screen. Okay, so CFCF JPY, the same thing, no setup at the moment. We've had this setup on the higher time frame and full target has been achieved. I think I actually hide that. Let me see. Good. So this was a pass trade, full target was achieved, and it was a very successful trading opportunity on that pair. Okay, so AUD CHF, AUD USD, no setup at the moment. Euro AUD, we actually have this bullish Gatling pattern, and price is reacting, and let's see what happens. For now, there is no entry, but this setup was shared last week. People that took the trade made some profit. Euro GDP, I was expecting price to push down to this. I'm expecting price to push down to this weekly key level. If that will happen, very close. I really want price to push to this weekly key level because I already have a bullish harmonic pattern into that key level that aligns with the key level. Okay, and before now we had a setup on the higher time frame. Good. So this setup was a very huge one, and is something that you have to be able to use the indicator to identify this type of formation. It may not really be able to use a naked eye to do that, but it was a very successful move, a bearish bath. It was a successful move, and we have achieved full target right now at 0.618. Okay, so I just wanted to quickly show you guys that setup. But now we have this Gatling, but because of the fact that this does not occur at the key level, I will not be executing it. I'll be looking out for this bath pattern at the key level. Okay, so that is that on Euro GDP. So GDP AUD, for GDP AUD, we are looking at for a continuation to the upside. Okay, so we are looking at for a continuation to the upside, right? So this is actually a bullish back pattern. We are almost close to 0.618 at this weekly key level. Okay, so if you go down to the weekly time frame, that is actually a minor key level right there. Very close. We are almost close. We are almost close. We are almost close to that minor key level, and we have this key level here on the weekly time frame. So for the euro, for GDP AUD, I'm still expecting a more push to the upside if we can break this minor resistance level there. I'm still expecting a continual push to the upside. Okay, and our final target are 0.618. but if we cannot be able to break above this minor resistance level, we might have a 360 push to the downside. So let's look at for that. For now, we don't have any entry on GDP AUD. AUD NZD, we can see that price is reacting from this support, now turned resistance. And if we look at that on the 4-hour time frame, we might begin to see a kind of a setup into that level, but I'm not really confident to take that trade. It is actually a value shark pattern. The reason why I will not be executing this trade is because this setup is occurring at a minor key level on the weekly time frame. So if you want to take this trade, you should understand that you have to minimize risk. Okay, you have to minimize risk. Make sure that your risk exposure is very tight, because this is actually a low probability setup, please. Okay, but there is no there is no there is nothing to drag here. It's a valid setup. It occurred at a minor uh, weekly key level of support, now turning resistance. So you can actually place your pending order there, since we have a gap right now. I don't know if you guys can be able to see that gap. So price open with a small gap, so you can put a pending order here, and as market comes back into this level, you can tag you in. Stop loss very tight, guys, very tight. It's a minor low probability setup. There is no need to keep your exposure too big, okay, just a minor setup. And then final target is at this key level right here. You can just target 1:4. A beautiful 1:4 can get you there. Then 1:4 is okay for this trade. And if that happens, like I said, it's a minor low probability setup. There is no need to drag it so much. So for Euro NZD, I'm still expecting a more push to the upside. We still have this bullish gaply, and price have given us entry last week. We have had enough profitable opportunity here on Euro NZD, and it was a very successful trading opportunity last week for us. Right now, I'm still expecting a more push to the upside if that will happen, but we need to break above this level of resistance for us to see an upward movement. I'm expecting price to push all the way up if that will happen. So let's see what happens. Let's see what happens right here on Euro NZD. Okay, let's see what happens on Euro NZD. The setup is valid, occurring at a weekly key level, and then we have a weekly key level above also. So we'll have this minor resistance here and there, which price has to break to the upside. So right now we don't have any setup right now on Euro NZD. GDP NZD, the same thing. I'm still expecting a more push to the upside to our final target at 0.618. So last week, before market closed on Thursday, we were able to achieve the first target on this setup. Yes, so we are able to achieve the first target on this setup. Okay, hope you guys can see my screen clearly. So I'm expecting to see, I want to see what price will do. If we cannot be able to break above this 0.382, we might have a retest to this level, or probably a continuation to the downside. But I'm still very optimistic to see what happens right here on GDP NZD. I'm expecting a more push to the upside. If we can be able to clear off 0.618 final target, then it's going to be a very successful trading opportunity. It's already a successful one, because we have had multiple trading opportunity right here. Even if I close this right now, this particular setup was a very successful one last week as well. Full target was achieved. In as much as we wait for the swing setup, we have also gotten a full trade opportunity right here on GDP NZD. Okay, so right now we are looking at for this swing setup, expecting to see what price will do if we can achieve our final target at 0.618. okay, so that is what we are looking at for. So entry was here. We had a shift in market order flow, demand to supply, supply to demand flip entry model was in play, and market was reacting from a weekly key level. Okay, so that is what we have right here on GDP NZD. Okay, so for GDP card, we don't have any setup right here on GDP card. Previously we had this deep grab, full target was achieved. It was a double entry confirmation, and two positions were held separately on this particular trade. We even had other scaling trade so far. This setup occurred, that was last month of April, and it was a very successful one. Yeah, so this month of May, we've had this setup, but our price is still reacting from that. Okay, this didn't actually achieve, this didn't play out the way we expected. But we are also looking at, for this setup, is a minor setup, and right now price have consolidated for a very long time. So I won't be expecting to take this trade, rather I'll be looking at to take this particular one. So if price can be able to push back into this level of supply that caused this shift in market order flow I'll be looking for more sell to the downside, because we have a lot of liquidity lying closer to that supply level. So this is what I have for GDP card. Okay, so if price can keep pushing all the way up into this weekly key level, then we can look out for more sell to the downside. NSD card, the same thing with NSD card. I'm looking at to see what happens if price can be able to break below this low, and then we can see ourselves to the downside. It's a successful move, but now we don't have any entry at the moment. Okay, so that is it. USDJPY, we have had a setup that was since the month of April. Okay, but this setup was shared in the month of March. Yes, because it was a very and we were anticipating price to push down into this level, and it finally did around 23rd of April. And this setup is still pushing all the way up, and I'm expecting to see price can be able to clear off 0.382 and mitigate this order block right here. Okay, so and if you come down to the 1 hour time frame, we might have something into that level as a bearish movement, but then let's see what happens. I'm going to share this setup. If I see anything, probably I'm going to share it to the WhatsApp group or to the Telegram group, so you can join, so that I can be able to have access to this information whenever it comes out. I'm looking at to see what happens here. I'm looking at probably we're going to have something like a Gatly. I'm going to look at to see what we can have, what we can achieve from this. I'm going to see what happens here. I'm going to see what happens. Okay, ABCD, whatever setup is going to be, I'll share to the group on Telegram and also on WhatsApp. Now for USD card, it's actually a setup that I personally took. I shared this setup that was last 2 weeks during the live YouTube live, just as we are doing right now. I was able to spot the pattern and spot the setup. Right now we've actually very close to 0.382, almost close, but price is actually reacting seriously from this level, and it's a very good level to react from. So a lot of profit has been taken out from this trade already. It can never be a losing trade anymore. Even if price decides to push all the way down, we can close our trade in profit and then look for another trading opportunity. But I'm still expecting to see what price will do. If we can have more push to the upside, that would be great. It's a very successful trading opportunity already. So but I'm expecting to see price can be able to clear off 0.382 and then push all the way up to 0.618 final target. It's a very successful move already, and I'm glad that I was able to spot that opportunity and then capitalize on that. So let's see what happens as market has opened. Okay, so we have GDP USD. So for these guys, it's a very successful setup, but then unfortunately price decided to range on here. Okay, but on the lower time frame, probably on the 30 minutes time frame, you'd have actually had a couple of trading opportunity right there. We've had couple of trading opportunity on this leg alone. So we had this setup, an alternate bat. Okay, we also had this setup as well, a bat pattern. So we had this bat pattern. Okay, so we had this setup, something like this. Okay, so we also had this pattern as well. We had a setup also. It was a crab pattern, a deep crab. So we had a setup, and you can see how massive that was. So we have had like 2 or 3 trading opportunity on the lower time frame right here. We've had 2 or 3 trading opportunity on the lower time frame. Okay, so in as much as we wait for that to occur, we can use this trading opportunity to make some profitable trade. So right now we can as well see what is going on here. If we can be able to have this bearish or bullish butterfly bat pattern. Okay, so you see, so if this can occur right, then it's going to be a good trade. For now we don't have any setup at the moment. So the same thing with Euro USD, no setup at the moment, no setup. Okay, no setup at the moment, both Euro USD and all of that. So I'm expecting more push to the downside, because on the weekly time frame, we can see that this is actually a weekly key level, and then price have also reacted from this weekly key level with inducement liquidity closer to that key level. So I'm expecting to see price coming to push back into this key level right here, and then let's see what happens. If that's what happens, price might even push all the way back to this level as well. So let's see what happens as market has opened. Let's see how this week will play out and what we are going to achieve going forward. So this will bring us to the end of this live section. I hope you have gained value. As you watch the video, please drop your comments anywhere you are experiencing any issue or any question you want to ask. Drop your comments. You can also join our free Telegram group to be able to have access to our free signals we drop every week. Also, if you're interested to learn how to trade, just how to analyze the chart and how to trade our strategy, we are open for mentorship. You can look at the description to fill out the form, and then we'll get back to you on how to get started. So I wish you guys all the best, and I hope this week is going to be a profitable week for all of us. That is my hope and that's my prayer. And as we journey throughout this week, I wish you guys all the best and have a very wonderful and successful trading opportunity out there. And then bye for now, guys, and have a wonderful day.